Hi everybody, it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing with makeup. I'm starting without my base on so that we can do that together because I have stuff to talk about. So today's product that we are reviewing is the Hipdot. The Hipdot is, you can see my ring light in the box, that's kind of weird. Anyway, is the Hipdot My Chemical Romance palette whole collection. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that it's been a hot minute since I've had this. And I've waited till making a YouTube about it because also I have another video to film today. That's this big box here. I'm trying to keep it in the frame so you can go watch that haul video because it's gonna have this makeup in it. Get it? Make sense? Does that make sense? It does make sense. This palette was so highly requested, and there's a bit of drama going on with this palette. So while I'm doing my base, we're gonna talk about it. So yes, my makeup bag has been growing so much that I now need an additional one to this monster. This is my normal makeup bag, and it's a monster. It's monsterly big, but now I need this one because I'm running out. So that's fun. Alright, so I need a primer right now. We need this primer. So the primer that I've been using for the past, I think, year has been Baby Skin by Maybelline. And it just really works for me. Like, it just really works to make a good tacky base, but also it kind of like fills in all of the pores and things like that. And no matter what foundation I use, it really works. Like, if I do a matte, it makes everything look gorgeous. If I use a dewy, it looks gorgeous. Like, you know, it's all about your preference. And I even went back to my tried and true Melania foundation, and it still looks great there, so works for everything. So I've been, of course, using the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation, and I have been using the shade Giza because that's like kind of what that's kind of my shade. I'm gonna just do a little bit today. So as always, I like to go cheeks first. Put a little dot on the cheeks, and then the nose, the chin, and then the forehead. I don't really do the forehead that much because usually I wear wigs with bangs, and so you never really see the forehead. So, you know, there's no really point in going ham up there. It covers everything. It covers your whole self and nothing but yourself. Like, it literally makes you look completely. So today for concealer, I'm gonna still use the Juvia's Place concealer, and I'm in shade 19. And I'm wearing a pretty ham because I'm pretty tired. I'm in the middle of finals when I'm filming this, so. In fact, one of my final projects, I filmed something, and I'm actually gonna put it on my YouTube channel, like edited the long version of it and put it on my YouTube, so that's something that's coming very, very soon. If you guys want to keep up with me, that's not on my YouTube channel, you know, during pretty much the semester, follow me on Instagram, because that's pretty much where I post consistently. Or follow me on TikTok, because I'm also on there consistently. For one Juvia's Place today, I'm going to do the Juvia's Place powder today, just because, like, I haven't done that combination in, like, a while. So I want to see if it still holds up. Under eyes first. It's so weird though, because, you know, I've been under these beauty lights for like, I don't know, like a year now. So I forgot what my makeup looks like out in the world, in the public. And as better as it is, like, I forgot what this foundation looks like. It just looks so completely fake, and people look at you. And I'm like, yes, I know, I'm a porcelain goddess. I know. But, you know, it does look pretty weird in sunlight, and it does melt very, very quickly, so that's something to keep in mind with this foundation. It looks great under beauty lights, but as soon as you get out in the heat, she's gonna stay all day, but it's just gonna be hot. It's like wearing a legit mask, so that's fun. We love that. So yeah, I'm going in with the Beauty Bakery blush. sophisticated brush, and I'm just kind of like pounding in that powder even more around the face in swirling motions, just to get like it very, very clear and snatched. Yes, I think that's good. Now, a lot of people bake. I don't bake. I don't really know what the benefits to baking is. I don't know, like it just seems like you're wasting your time. Like it doesn't seem, I've baked in the past and it just doesn't seem like there's a benefit to it. I mean, that might just be because I like live in Arizona and my makeup is gonna look, it's gonna move. It doesn't move that much anymore because I've grown in my makeup talent, but for a long, long time it would just move and it would just, you know, it would move no matter what I did. So I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna own it. As far as for contouring and blush today, I'm going into the Moonlight contouring and blush palettes from Moonlight Beauty, one of my mutuals on Instagram. I call her a friend. I call my mutuals friends. So Moonlight, if you're watching this video, I'm considering you my friend. But yeah, it's a really cute palette, independent makeup brand, awesome stuff. As you can see, I've been using the contour a lot, but we're gonna go in with the blush today. We're doing this middle shade right here. And what I really love about her brand is that she has this palette, but she also like does different art forms for like different animes and things that like that she has, and then her art is just so amazing. Like, girl, I really think that she should get into making like graphic novels, because her art is just so, the art on her palette is just so amazing, and I would read them. Like, look at this, it's so cute. Look at this, oh, so pretty. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of an e-girl blush thing today. So we're gonna do the nose. We're gonna have a lot of reds today, so I don't really want to go too ham on the blush, even though this blush looks great on everybody, like every single body, everybody who has a bot, every skin tone, everything. This palette is good for you. So I'm gonna go into this sparkle contouring shade, and as you see, she's been used a lot. And we're just gonna go up. Now, I've been watching a lot of drag like shows, so I'm gonna go kind of like up on my contour a little bit, like almost too far, because I like that. And then we're gonna go underneath. Okay, dokes, now that my brows are on, I'm going to prime. So I bought the entire collection of the Beauty Creations, like the liners, the everything, the primers. If you guys want a video on all of these, please let me know, because I'm curious to try them all. I've only tried about 3 shades so far, but you all know that I prime with white, so I needed a new white primer. You guys knew that I was in the market for it, so I was happy, and I saw that everything came, like there was just so many colors, and I just had to have it because I am a color person. And I actually like this, I do like this formula. I don't think it's vegan though, which is my only complaint, because I usually like to do vegan makeup. And that's not because like I'm a vegan, I am a meat eater, but I just like vegan makeup products better. I just feel like they feel better on my skin, and you know, I don't break out as much, I find. So that's the tea on vegan products. It's honestly, and I get it, it's hard to do that, but honestly, it's just better for people's skin in general, you know, because it's not like chemicals. But you know, I just have some eye cream for this stuff, so it's not too bad. Normally I would just go in with eyeshadow now, but I'm gonna give this eyeshadow the best chance it has, so I'm actually gonna set this. And there's not anything in the palette that you can set with it, so yeah. And then we'll get into the tea about this palette. Go back into my ColourPop Sailor Moon palette, and I love going into the shade Twilight Flash. And I love setting with this color. Okay, so now that we're set, we kind of look like a normal human right now. Let's get into the tea about this palette. So, this palette was amazing. I set my alarm to actually wake up to get it, and it sold out within, I think, like 5 minutes, like the original stock. And then this was the restock, which they then went to. And then they announced that they would be selling just the palettes at Hot Topic. And I kind of wish I did just get the palette at Hot Topic, because this came in March. I know you're seeing this much later than March, and that's due to finals, but what you get for $60, and I had a coupon, by the way, so it was less than $60, is this palette, the eyeliner, the brush, and then this commemorative pins. Now, I collect pins, and this is a pin story. This is where my pin is from. And this box, which is like a PR box. And it's just a beautiful box. I'm going to keep the packaging. I think the packaging is stellar. As a My Chemical Romance fan, I think that it looks very, very close to them. And I think the palette is really where it shines. I think the other ones are okay, but I think that this palette is like a stellar. Oh, because it's like kind of, it's, I don't know if it's duochrome, it's shiny and it moves and it's cool, and I really, really like it. I really, really love it. So this one is vegan, animal cruelty free, and it's vegan. 3 Cheers for Revenge pressed pigment palette. But the pan sizes are pretty big for what you get, and it has a mirror, as you can see. And I think the show-stopping thing though is the pans themselves. I don't know if you can see that, but the pans themselves have like imprinted in them, and they have like little things just that are like gorgeous. I was saying that the shade names are really hard to read. These colors, this color story is everything. Like, this is just gorgeous. Like, it's a work of art, honestly. You can't really see, but there's a rosary. I'm gonna show you every single pan. The pans are flippin' gorgeous. Like, I cannot get over how much I kind of don't want to dip into these, because the pan art is so beautiful. Like, it's just so pretty. So, but I have to, obviously. And the thing is, like, what look should I do with these? I mean, obviously we gotta see this black. We gotta see what she's about. But we have a gray shade, which I'm super stoked about. Red. I kind of want to do the cover of My Chemical Romance on my face and go completely, like, crazy with it. I don't know. So I think the safe thing to do is to go, I want to do red. I want to play with the red. So I do want to see, like, I want to play with this palette so bad. I want every shade. I want all the shades. So I'm going to go into, with my Harry Potter brush, and I'm going to go into Pitchfork Red, and it says Revenge in the pan. Okay, she's cute. She's a cute red. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I just do a lot of reds. I think I've done a lot of red on this channel already as well. Red's actually my favorite color. Shocker. Now, should we do 2 eyes? I think we should do 2 eyes, guys. I think that's the vibe. So we're gonna do a red eye, and then we're gonna do like a brown eye, and we're gonna pull it together with the other products. So I'm using my brush. I'm gonna use their brush in a second. So that's Revenge. Revenge is pretty great. She blended out really well, and she was really, really cute. So now we're going into the palette, and we're going back into the collection. We're going into the brush. So we have 2 brushes here. Now, at first I kind of hated these brushes. I thought, like, why? But, you know, it kind of makes sense. Like, if you're on the go and you don't want to bring a lot, But also I like how there's caps, because, you know, when you have your makeup bag might be like disgusting, and you need something that's clean, and it's clean. It will always be clean because you have the cap. So if it's in your purse, in your backpack, in, you know, your bag, it's your suitcase, like, it's gonna, I don't know where you like throw your makeup in your makeup bag, it's gonna be good. So when you're inevitably that concealer explodes or something, your brush will be correct. It will be fine. Going into Mausoleum Door, which is kind of this like willow tree imprint in it with their brush. And I'm gonna go on the other eye. Wow. Now, you know how everybody has like the eye bag trend that's going on right now? I feel like this color would be perfect for going underneath the eyes. So I'm gonna do that, actually. Now, as far as the brush goes, it's doing fine. I think I tried to go with the bigger one because this one looks smaller to me. I don't know. They kind of look like the same size. They're kind of small, but, you know, that's fine. So she's fine. She's cute. She's a cute little shade. I think the brush, more than anything, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to use. But, you know, she's doing fine. She's doing fine. Again, I like the concept of it, and I think I'm going to give it points just for that. Just for the concept of it. But when you're going to do, like, this Tim Burton-esque makeup, you just kind of want to drag it down, and then underneath, when you drag it down, that's when you're going to, like, do this motion to, like, turn it out. So this eye is going to be the Three Cheers for like eye, and it's gonna have some blood splatter, and it's gonna be cool. And then this one's gonna be like the Katy usual eye. So, all right, let's go into other shades. Let's go into more. All right, so still going into the other brush. I have these hoods that kind of like keep them fresh. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to wash it anyway. It's gonna be interesting washing this brush, for sure. Okay. So, going into the brush, I'm gonna go into the red to see how that performs. Starless Eyes shade, which is this one right here. And I'm kind of like going away from the actual patterns, and I want to keep them as long as possible. And then I'm going in where that red is. Just because, like, I feel like these brushes are more precise, which is good. Good precise brushes are obviously my favorite. So, no complaints for this brush at all. It is a little awkward, but once you get the groove, I guess you could say, it's a lot easier to handle. Now, this brush I really, this side I really love. This brush, as awkward as it is, I still like it because I really like the idea of having caps on it, and I do love the packaging. That red Hipdot is really nice. I think that they could have done without the hood because it's kind of awkward with these little hood things. It kind of reminds me of like a Chinese finger trap, but you know, I do like the brush, so it is approved because it's an interesting idea. Although I'll give you an update later in my channel when I wash the thing, to see if it's okay when I wash it. Going in with a Wet n Wild fluffy brush and All the Ghost, which is this like graveyard. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so pretty. Alright, let's go. Okay, she's here. She's loud. She's in charge. Okay, I love it. It's kind of like a like gray brown. It's more, it's that gothic brown, which I love. And blending that in. She's pigmented for sure. She's really pigmented. She's coming to the party for sure. Alright. Now we're gonna go back into, not that brush, that's the red. That's red. Then we're going back into the brown. that other brown, which shade is named Mausoleum Door. Going back into Mausoleum Door and just kind of trying to blend these together as best as possible. I will say this brush is a little harder to go back into. Like, it's good to just put the pigment on, but it's harder to go back into to kind of blend them out. So I'm going to go into another brush, actually, like a cleaner brush, and try to like blend these together. As far as like the Tim Burton-esque, like kind of Sweeney Todd eye, it's exactly that. Exactly that. And you're gonna go in with all the ghosts underneath. I'm just gonna go nuts. Because where we look dead, we're supposed to look dead. And that's the vibe. Going back in with the Glam Lights Holiday Brush with Mausoleum Door. And kind of lightly going in underneath it. That looks gorgeous. Okay, so now there's so many shades I want to try. I obviously want to go into the black. But the thing is, like, which eye should we do? And I also want to go into Saints Protect Her as well. So I think we're gonna go the Saints Protect Her on this side and like kind of darken her up over here, make her even more darker. Okay, this one has it's a little harder to blend. But I love this shade though. And we're just kind of like doing a circle around. And even going in over here, because we want it to get that like punky, beautiful look. We want that. We want that brush, and then taking that under and smoking it under a little bit. It's sickening. That's pretty as hell. And then I'm gonna flick it up a little bit. It is harder to maneuver for sure, but look at it. Look at it on camera, man. Like, that's just stunning. She's the star of the show now. Now you gotta go back in with that reds just to like bring back that red. She's the star of the show, honey. Really glad I put her over here instead of over here because she would have overwhelmed it. But yeah, that's just gorgeous. Like that shade is just pretty as hell. Like, look at that. Look at that. Like, that is just so pretty. Going in with the smaller version of the Glam Light Holiday Brush set, we're gonna go into Serpent Sun, and we're going to darken it up. Kind of do what we already did, but lighter, because, yeah. Okay, so it's not the worst black I've ever seen. It's like, it's okay. It's like run-of-the-mill black shadow. It's nothing impressive. But, you know, how are you gonna have a My Chemical Romance without a black shadow, you know? And then bring that underneath. And smoke. And smoke. And smoke it out. And then go back into all your colors. You want it to be messy but clean at the same time. Does that make sense? No? Okay. You don't look like raccoons. See how that's kind of like the My Chemical Romance vibe? So we only have one shimmer shade, which is Explosive Light, which is this shade right here. And then we haven't used 2 shades in the palette. So I'm gonna probably use which is sad. You guys know I really love to use every single shade in the palette, especially small ones like this one. So I'm gonna try my best. So we're gonna go Explosive Light. I'm not gonna cut the crease. I'm just gonna go in and I'm just gonna see what she's about. She's pigmented. I like it. We're doing a halo kind of eye here. I kind of feel like if you have to cut the crease, that's kind of helping the shadow, that if it stands alone like this, then you know she's a winner. And she's a winner, for sure. She's a winner. So I am gonna cut the crease on this side. I'm terrified to use the black because I feel like it's gonna get everywhere. It's gonna be icky and disgusting, which is what we love. So I'm just gonna do a little bit there. If I ruin it, you'll never know because now that we're looking like a pirate, I'm gonna go into the shotgun centers and go on that outer. Finally going in with Flock of Doves on that inner portion. If you're going in with white, why aren't you just going in with the white? Because we want it to be, we want it to have this. We want it to be like that. See what I mean? Like it looks messy, but it's in fact clean. If you kind of just sloppily did this, it would look even worse. I think your question is, do you need this palette? And as beautiful as it is, you definitely can find these shades elsewhere. But as far as I think the packaging, and if you're a collector of makeup like I am, I would definitely say yes, it is pretty worth it. But then again, like, and I think it's good if you're going to like a concert, like, and you're staying in a hotel and you need something to make you look like gothic goddess. But you don't want to bring your whole big palettes with you. Like, I think my favorite palette to make like looks is the paint palette from Glamlight, or the Peach palette, and these things are big. So this one is really small, really cute, and has all of those colors. So we're going in with the eyeliner now. So the eyeliner has this kind of like, it's like flatter side, and then it also has spiky sides. So I'm gonna go with the flat side because I'm curious to see what it is. I've never seen, I mean, like, I think I have seen something like this when I was a kid, and I thought these were better. Okay, so it is scratching my eye quite a bit. Quite a bit. But that's rock and roll, baby. I don't know if you're not supposed to be like doing this and you're supposed to just be using this to fill it in. But yeah, this hurts. This eyeliner like legit hurts. It hurts me. It's hurting me. It's hurting me a lot. It's easier to make inner corners with, which is good. But the question is that is it worth it, you know? Because you can get an eyeliner that's a lot easier for cheaper, and that doesn't scratch your eyes. So I'm also going underneath it. Is it already dry? Dude, it's like already dry, and I've never opened this before. It's like already dry. I hate that. It's like already dry, and I barely even used it. Yeah, so that was sad. So let's go into the other side. Hopefully it's not dead. Okay. Hurts less than the other side, but still kind of hurts, honestly. I feel like I'm stabbing my eye. Easy to make the inner corners, which is good. I think I might only use this to make inner corners. And like, do you see how the product is kind of coming up? Do you see that? Like the product is kind of coming up. We don't like that. So as far as the eyeliner goes, it's okay, but you can definitely find better on the market, and it kind of hurt my eyes. So we're gonna do some fun things now. I'm gonna go into the red color creations, and I'm going to do like blood splatter on the side of my face. I'm gonna go into a fluffy brush, and we're just gonna stab. We're kind of following Helena's like little thing up here. She kind of has a fall up here, so we're gonna do that. Now I'm going to go into the jet liner, the gel liner from the Color Creations Red, and I'm just going to go underneath that line here, and then on top of it, underneath this line over here, and then we're going to drag it down like we're bleeding. And I'm just like doing a line up here to make it look like a wound, and then dragging that down to look like it's bleeding. And a lot of people might be honestly, why aren't you just using blood at this point? And you can thank YouTube for that. I don't think YouTube would quite appreciate me actually using fake blood, or real blood for that matter. And then going into the Color Creations Red, I'm going to put that in my waterline. Going into the black Color Creations liner and putting it in my waterline. I don't usually do this anymore. I used to do this all through high school because I thought it was cool, but it just kind of makes my eye look really small. And then I'm just gonna like bring it down a lot. I'm gonna bring it down on like the lower lid. Going back in with the Hipdot liner, and then just kind of going through my wound, darkening it up. Let's see if it's good for that. A young boy, my father took me into the city, driving life away. Okay. We're looking good, guys. We're looking good. Going back into the palette, I'm actually going to use one of the shades to highlight. I'm also going to be using Explosive Light to highlight. It's really pretty. It's like that Tin Man Realness. It's kind of a weird shade to highlight with, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. And then going into the Milk and Honey palette and going into Spoiler Alert and putting that on top. I'm going to go into these ColourPop glitter glosses, and I'm going to go into 2C3, which is Glitterly Obsessed Spotty Glitter. I'm going to go where that highlight is. I'm just going to go on my finger, and I'm just going to put that down. We're going to go a little bit on the lid, just a little bit. And then we're also going to go over here in the inner corner, and then up here, and then up here, the vibe with the glitter is it's beautiful and disgusting. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup off camera because there's no lip products in this collection, so yeah. Hi everybody, and the look is done. So I put in some contacts. I did a black lip. And if you're curious to what the lip is, it's the black liquid lip from Juvia's Place, which is still my favorite liquid black lip. Prove me wrong, send me one that's better than this one. And then I put gloss over it. I put the Glam Light Strawberry Margarita gloss over it. So it has that kind of red sheen. So final thoughts, I guess. So I did put the pin on my beret. This beret is from Creepsville 666. You've seen it in my haul before, as well as this shirt. And this choker is from Shein, I believe. So let's talk. Okay, so let's go the worst and then to the best. So the eyeliner. So the eyeliner is probably the worst. It's probably the worst out of everything here. It hurt. It literally hurt. And I get the concept of having like a thicker one and then to like fill in your big liner and one to kind of like sketch it out. But I don't think the felt was soft enough for most people's eyes. It's gonna stab you. I will say it does seem waterproof because I've like washed my hands since that and it's not coming off at all. So that's gonna be fun later. So I will say it is waterproof. So now for the brush. Now the brush wasn't bad. It performed pretty well. But it is just kind of awkward and unneeded. Like, it's just kind of weird. I do kind of like the idea, which means it gets points for that, but all over, it's just kind of weird. I give it a, if we're doing like out of 10s, I would give the eyeliner like a 5 out of 10, and then the brush probably about a 5 out of 10. Yeah, it wasn't like the best brush I've ever had in my world. It didn't rock my world. I guess it's kind of fun just to kind of play with it, but I don't know, like, I don't think it was needed, you know? I think if there was a lip product, I would have enjoyed that more, or like a highlight palette. I think I would have enjoyed that a lot more than just an eyeliner and a brush. I think, or just the palette alone, I think it can stand alone. So moving on to the palette. So I think the palette is a 10 out of 10. I think the colors performed really well. I think the pan art was just stunning. I like the pan size. They're not too small. They're not too big. They're the perfect size, and the component itself it's simple, but I think the details of it is just standalone and stellar. And I definitely will be reaching for this anytime I want to do one of these looks because I love these looks. So yeah, that is my thoughts on this. So this is. And I do love the box. I think the box is really, really great. And I know one of them was actually signed, which is cool. And I will be keeping the box as a memento because it is pretty awesome. And I do love all of the little kind of, I do like the details of the box as well. I do think that the double end eye brush and the double end eyeliner black was kind of a hit miss for me, but the palette itself is just stunning and gorgeous. And like, look at this. This is just sickening. I love this whole look that I have on right now. Like, this is just awesome. This is my gothic fantasy and I love it. So yeah, guys, with that being said, I'm going to end this video here. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you like me, please subscribe for more videos. Definitely hit the bell notification to be notified about that. If you want to be also notified, you can follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and my TikTok for cosplay videos, more makeup videos, and more content that's actually on my YouTube. So you're missing all the great content if you don't follow me everywhere. So yeah, with that being said, guys, have the most wonderful day ever. 3 cheers for revenge, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there.